Good morning, CFHS. I'm Joey, and next to me is the one and the only Sean.
That's right, Joey. The dynamic duo is back, ready to bring you all the latest news with a sprinkle of humor.
Or maybe even a shovelful. Speaking of shoveling, Sean, did you dig yourself out of that Thanksgiving food coma yet?
Barely, but let's not stuff this intro too much. We've got a really big show today. Starting with an exciting event tomorrow night.
CFHS, get ready for something epic. Tomorrow night is the game day live event between our Cuyahoga Falls Black Tigers and the Talmadge Blue Devils.
This isn't just a basketball game, it's a showdown with a live broadcast hosted by the students from Talmadge's broadcasting class and our very own Modern Communications career program.
The broadcast starts at 4:45 and is at Talmadge High School. It's going to feature a breakdown of both boys and girls basketball games, plus the highlights from all our winter sports teams.
And that's not all. There'll be contests, fan interactions, prizes, and free food.
And a free t-shirt for the first 200 students. Did you catch that? Free food, free t-shirt? It's the perfect combo.
The girls' varsity game tips off at 6, and the boys follows at 7:30. Let's show Talmadge what Black Tiger Pride is all about.
Come on, Falls, let's turn that gym into a sea of black and gold to make the Tiger take over. Costume change. One of the stories from the game day crew we're going to be talking about is the Falls first-year boys head coach, Derek Woodick.
Woodick got his coaching start at Talmadge 15 years ago, where he was an assistant on the girls' team for Bill Johnson, who is now Talmadge athletic director. Coach Woodick then made his way over to Falls, where he was an assistant coach for the boys' team under then head coach and now current AD, Bill's brother, Kenny Johnson.
Yep, so Woodick has coached at both schools and both ADs, who are brothers. Let's take a closer look at Coach Woodick's history.
When you look back at your time in Talmadge, what do you think about?
I mean, I really feel like I grew up when I was at Talmadge. Like, I got hired when I was 20 years old to start coaching there with the girls program. Jeff Mannion, who I think is the middle school principal there still, he was the head coach, and he brought me on, took a chance on me. I'm really grateful for him. But I had a lot of really good years at Talmadge. I think back fondly on those.
Woodick spent 4 years coaching with Bill Johnson at Talmadge and another 4 years with Kenny Johnson at Falls. So what was he like back then?
Coach Woodick was somebody I could definitely count on. Coach Woodick's always here. So as an assistant, he was great because he's always the first one here and the last one to leave. So I never had to worry about being here by myself, because with Coach Woodick here, the guy I feel like lives in the gym, and he loves it. He loves being around kids.
He was real young when we started out coaching together, and he was real quiet. And I think that it just took a little bit of time with myself and my staff to kind of get his personality out. And once his personality came out, real funny, a little goofy, but also really into what we were doing and really into what was best for our athletes.
We also had some good laughs with Coach Woodick. Sometimes he's just a little bit quirky, so it was fun. It was fun to have him around, and I really enjoyed my time as him being my assistant.
You've been able to coach with both the Johnson brothers. What were you able to learn from them?
I grew up with Billy, basically, at Talmadge. So I learned how to be an adult, basically, believe it or not, from him. And, well, your teacher, Mr. Hobie, he was our JV coach, and then Mr. Newland, who was also an assistant there at the time. So then coaching with KJ it just furthered the process. The person I was 15 years ago when I started coaching is somebody that I would consider a child, and now I actually feel like somewhat of an adult.
You've thought a lot about being the head coach of Cuyahoga Falls for a very long time. Now that you're here, what's it like?
It's great. To keep it as short as possible, it's great. For a long time, I thought that I just wanted to be a head coach, and then I got a head coaching job at Field. After 2 years there, I really realized that what I wanted to do was be the head coach at Cuyahoga Falls. And I had a couple opportunities over the last 2 years when I was coaching middle school and JV to go other places to be a head coach. And I really just felt like I was coaching the kids I wanted to coach, and that was the most important thing. So I just kind of bided my time. And when the opportunity presented itself, I cried happy tears.
Coach Woodick has grown from a quiet assistant wearing a wrist brace to a coach who is looking to compete with the best. What makes him different from any other coach out there?
He's always been a relationship-first guy. I really think that he is his ability to relate to the players, whether that was coaching girls or coaching boys. He's done done it all, and he's also coached at the youth level, at middle school level. He's always been able to relate to players, and I think that one of his biggest strengths is being able to mold himself to the team he's coaching.
The one thing Coach Whittick does better than any coach I've been around is he forms relationships with kids. And I think those relationships help him form a coach-player relationship that he can get on kids, but they know that he cares about them and he loves them.
And if you asked all of his players, I think they would all tell you that they enjoy playing for him and they love playing for him. And that's something that is not always, that doesn't always happen with every coach, and it's a huge strength of his.
How is it going to feel to coach against the school that you started at?
It's a little different, just because, well, it's been a while since I've been there. It's always nice, especially when we get to go to Talmadge and I can look on the wall and see that picture of our district championship where I can look at me and Hovey and Newland and Johnson all standing there together with a bunch of kids that I care a lot about and still care a lot about today.
You mentioned your district title team from Talmadge in 2014. Well, a couple of former players wanted to share what they remembered about you.
I could always count on Whit to bring in a smile and, of course, his witty comments into the gym every single day. He was the kind of guy that never really needed to be in the spotlight, but he was just consistently going above and beyond for us behind the scenes to the point where it honestly felt like he was living in the gym sometimes. He was always so passionate about basketball and just dedicated to our team, so it's really no surprise to me to see him leading a program of his own today.
Wid was always down to do the little things just to help everyone around him get better. He was never really doing anything for recognition. He just cared deeply about his players, and that was really apparent.
Well, I love those people an awful lot, so sorry. It makes me a little emotional to hear that, but makes me real happy.
So yeah, Coach Whittick is about those important relationships.
Final question. 3 words to describe yourself.
Well, there's a lot of words that a lot of people would use to describe me.
Giraffe-like, lover of all things WWE, and just a really good friend.
Be committed, thoughtful, and caring.
Selfless, supportive, and dedicated.
Tall, ugly, and a great guy.
But I would really hope that my players would describe me as caring, hardworking, and knowledgeable, because I truly care about each and every one of my players, their lives on and off the court, trying to help them become better basketball players, but also better young men too.
1, 2, 3, family!
Now for some less exciting but still important news, exams start next week.
That's right. With Wednesday, December 13th, we're going to kick things off with the 7th period exams. Then, Thursday and Friday, you're going to have to tackle the rest of your classes.
But don't stress too much because once exams are over, it's winter break time. 2 glorious weeks of sleeping in and catching up on your Netflix shows.
Speaking of winter break, the Cuyahoga Falls Public Library has a winter reading program where you can win awesome prizes like signed books, GameStop gift cards, and even a Grandpa Joe's gift card.
Books and candy. Sign me up. Head to the library and start reading your way to some sweet rewards.
If books aren't your reading thing, maybe a newspaper is. The latest edition of the Tiger Times school newspaper is out and available on your Google Classroom.
Check it out to see stories about recent toy collections and food drive projects and a feature on the Unified Sports Program at CFHS.
Also check out the recents in the Black Tiger Performance Arts, including who will be performing in the upcoming One Axe Play Festival.
That's us.
That is us, I think. And what will be performed for the 2025 Spring Musical at CFHS.
As always, you'll have the chance to win prizes and play games.
Musical school. I'm in that, I think. If you're thinking about College Credit Plus classes next year, mark your calendars for January 22nd.
The CCP Informational Night starts at 6 p.m. in the auditorium. Kent State, Akron, and Stark State will be there all to answer your questions. Bring your parents and start planning your college credits.
There's still time to enroll in this spring's lifeguarding class. It meets 7th period daily at the Natatorium.
Got questions? See Mr. Scorefield in room 531 or talk to a counselor. Don't let this life-saving opportunity pass you by.
Shout outs to Mr. Scorefield. Do you want to hit the slopes this winter? Ski Club is open to all the middle and high school students in Cuyahoga Falls.
Whether you're a beginner or pro, Ski Club has something for everyone. Check out the post on Google Classroom or email Miss Bond at cf_bonds@cftigers.org for more info.
Oh, hi. Yeah. It's cold. today, and it's going to be a high of 26, which is how old I will continue to live if I live in these cold conditions. Stay warm. Use hot hands. Go check your furnace. It happens a lot of times where people don't check their furnace, and it's too late. Tell your parents to check their furnace. If you're a teacher, you might want to check your furnace. Have a great day. Don't get too cold.
And now it's time for everyone's favorite segment.
The letter of the day!
Spin
the wheel, spin it. And it landed on, whoa! Reveal the letter.
And the letter is a mystery. We'll let you figure it out.
You're gonna have to figure it out. You're gonna have to figure out the letter today.
The letter's inside of you.
The letter is you?
The wonder of you?
It's inside your heart.
Before we wrap up, Sean, I've got a joke for you. Why don't basketball players ever need maps?
Why?
Because they LeBron James.
That's a slam dunk, Joey.
Slam dunk. Have a great day, CFHS.